Hello and welcome back to another Metaverse tutorial. Today we're going to continue with the whole the idea of using Metaverse in the classroom setting. So last time we did kind of just a simple math question, and then if they got it right they got a trophy, and then they could share the trophy or do whatever they want with the trophy. In this one I'm going to show you a way to allow for quizzes within Metaverse, so like little pop quizzes or anything like that. And if they get it right, they get a user setting that adds +1 to their points, or a user property that adds +1 to their points. If they get it wrong, they just don't get anything, and they run out of tries for the day, and they can't finish the experience. So we have a little scene here, and then another scene that's for the check to see if they have tries left or not. So we're gonna select a character. We'll just do like Nikola Tesla here. Let's not do him. Let's do, I don't know, I guess he's fine. We'll say the question will be, what is the fourth planet from the sun? And then we'll add an action here that transition to a scene, and we'll do a new scene. We'll do a text input scene. Actually, we'll do a text input scene. We won't do that. We'll do Nikola Tesla again, and we'll just put please enter your response below. And from here we will transition to a block that will check to see if what the user put in equals the correct response. So the correct response is Mars. So we'll say use a capital letter. So from here, transition to a block, and the response equals Mars. If it is equal to the Mars, transition to a scene. Actually, we'll just transition to block. New block that sets here in the beginning. Might be a good idea to set a user property called like extra credit points, or just points, or something like that. So we'll just hit a user property here and set user property to the user's account. And from here, transition to block, set user property, and then this one will be called points. Value will equal 0 for now, and then transition to scene 1. So this one has to transition to scene, and scene 3. So from here, if they get it right, we will transition to a block that will increment the points by 1. Key is points by 1. Increment user. Okay. And then from this one, we'll transition to scene, new scene. That says, oops. Let's just make sure everything is correct here. Something's a little broken over here. That's okay. It should still work fine. It'll say, congrats, you've gained an extra credit point. and then we'll just put end quiz. This will just end the experience. So from here, if it gets wrong, if it is not equal, we will transition to a scene that says oh no, you've answered incorrectly. And this will also end the experience. So I'll need to run it once just to set my user property to allow a try. But then after that, I want to implement a way that they only get one try per quiz. So I'll run it once real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so my user property should be set to allow me to have one try right here in this block. So from here, we are going to, this one is the points value. Okay, so instead of directly setting it to check, or to the set, we're going to set it to a check user property. New block. So that the user can only do it once. Check user property. That should have moved it over there. I'm not sure what's going on with the lines, but it should all work out. I think everything is connected. If it's not, we'll find out real soon. So this one is going to transition to block, and this will be the check user property. And this will be if it equals 0. If it does equal 0, we're going to transition to the scene that says, oh no, you're out of tries, down here. But if it doesn't, we will transition to block, that is the set user properties. And then it'll set the tries, and then it'll set the points also. So then it'll do that, go through here, go to that one, check the response. If you made it, it'll give you an extra credit point. Oh, okay. So we're actually going to do two scenes here. You've answered correctly, and then from here we'll just keep the little arrow, and we'll transition to a new scene, or a block rather, where we increment a user property, which is points, by 1. And then from here, we'll transition to a scene. New scene. That says, you've gained an extra credit point. Just make sure it's actually going. Alright. So from here, we'll do the end experience. And there we go. So this one will also just be an end experience. And so this should work. We'll test it out and I'll let you know if everything works out. Okay, so it looks like everything worked out correctly. So if we try to run the experience again, it should tell us that, okay, so something actually didn't work out correctly, because it should have told us that, oops, that we were out of tries for the day. So we'll do this check. If it equals 0, Oh, we didn't decrement. So we have to. So after this one, we will do. We'll transition. We'll decrement the user property from here. So we'll do transition block, and then we'll do a new block. And we will say decrement user property on the user's account. So we'll transition this one to decrement user property by value, and it'll be the tries by 1, and then we'll transition to the next scene here, which is scene 3. So that should work out. So we'll run it one more time just to make sure that the check works out. Alright, so he says, what is the fourth planet from the sun? Please enter your response below, use a capital letter. So we'll put Mars. He says, congrats, you've answered correctly. And then we've gained an extra credit point. So then the experience ends. But if we hit test on device, there it is. It says, oh no, it looks like you don't have any tries left. So that's an easy way just to do some extra credit points or a little pop quiz. And it makes it a little fun and interesting. So I hope this experience was useful. Thank you for watching.